Well, hi there, and welcome back to Cityline. Boy, you got to know that when Julie Anderson is in the room, all eyes are on Julie Anderson. So let's say good morning to our Pierce County Auditor, Julie Anderson. Hi, love.
Hello.
It's good to see you.
It's good to be back in person.
I know,
I loved hanging out in the green room, talking with your other guests.
Yep.
That's always the highlight of coming to TV Tacoma is the behind the scenes stuff.
The green room, that's where the deals are made.
And love working with Fred. This is the last time.
This is the last time we're going to have you on the show as Pierce County Auditor. I was talking to a younger council member who did not know about your time on the council, and I said, you didn't know that Julie Anderson was a council member? I'm like, she's epic. So
don't ruin the foundational work.
That's right, don't do it. So Julie, of all the things you have done in your time as Tacoma Pierce County Auditor and also on the City Council, what drew you to public service? Were you a little girl and went, yeah, I want to do that?
No.
Okay.
No. First of all, I don't think anybody grows up thinking that they're going to be an auditor because first of all, nobody knows what auditor means. No, I was active in the community in the nonprofit sector and was lobbying council members on policy issues and funding issues. And I remember feeling like some of the council members weren't as connected with the public as I wished that they would be. And I thought, I think I can do that. And I did, and I loved it. What I loved most about the Tacoma City Council was, one, the constituents, the citizens, and helping to demystify and how to access local government. And then I missed the staff. The employees in the city of Tacoma are just phenomenal assets.
To this day, they are. They are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and then auditor was Mayor Bill Barsma recruited me to run for auditor, and I'm glad he talked me into it.
We're going to thank him when we see him.
Yeah, and it was fun serving with him, obviously, on the city council as well. So,
So people are sitting here scratching their heads going, okay, Amanda, so we know that she has broken records in terms of the attendance for elections. You have helped us understand the most difficult process down to the nth degree of accuracy. And so people are asking the question, why can't you stay as our Pierce County Auditor?
We have term limits in the Pierce County Charter, very similar to the city charter. And don't cry a river for me. I'm a big proponent of term limits at every level of government. I think it's important for there to be circulation in elected offices to bring fresh eyes in. And by the way, I mean, I think that Pierce County and the city of Tacoma are in very good hands with Linda Farmer, who is going to be my successor. So she's going to do great things, and she's going to re-energize the office and just bring a new perspective. I think that's great.
Yes. One of the things I have, of the many things I love about you, is that as a former city council member and as our Pierce County Auditor, you've always run without partisan affiliation. Yeah. You just got done doing that. Why is that important to you?
Because you have to serve everybody. And then I think that we have all experienced a tightening, a heating up, a very extreme polarization in our politics. And it used to be that we would just look aghast at the national level, but it is slowly seeping down into local government. And I don't want to be part of that siloing of community solutions and community conversations. And I don't want to have to align with a political party that I have to fear. So I think that's important, especially in the work that we do on the city council, but particularly the Pierce County Auditor, where you are overseeing elections, conducting elections, and doing a lot of ministerial work that has nothing to do with politics.
Right.
It's issuing marriage licenses, which is very cut and dry.
Dun, 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 dun. Unlike, as opposed to big election runoffs like in Atlanta, what we just saw, I thought about, gosh, have we ever had that kind of runoff here?
Well, it was just a do-over for them. So,
Yes.
but I don't think that Washington State needs to have runoff provisions. I think that when we have close races, we have close races. But, you know, I was recently made notorious with my support for ranked choice voting.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that Georgia is considering right now as an alternative to the runoffs, which is kind of seen as kind of a waste of energy to just simply run the same election over again at great
Yes.
expense. And they're actually looking at ranked choice voting as a way of handling that. And I think ranked choice voting is the way to go, and I'm watching Alaska very closely as a model. But in the meantime, we've got a great nonpartisan top two system in Washington State, but I think it can be made even better with the application of ranked choice voting, which is going to acknowledge voters' preferences and give them more choices, and I think open the system up just a little bit to non-traditional candidates.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
Non-traditional candidates are, for me, the political breath of fresh air that I need.
Well, it's the diversity
Right.
that we need. We just got done talking about how polarized things have become, and
Yeah, we've got to hear those voices. Can I brag on you for a second? No.
You know, Fred warned me that you would,
Okay,
and
so here it comes.
well, I have lots of disclaimers about how it's the citizens of the community and all the other departments and governments that help make
the
this
citizens did not
work.
receive 6 state and national awards in election management. They have not been recognized as you have as a leader in Washington Association of County Auditors. And even though you are term limited, and as you said, you are a big proponent for that, what are you most proud of? That's a big question.
I am proud of the recognition that we've received from both political parties for the amount of trust that they have in the way that the office conducts itself and the services that we deliver. To have that kind of trust is hard-earned, and I'm probably most proud of that. I could get into the weeds with all sorts of technology and modernization and equipment, but I don't think your audience is interested in that. I'm just glad that Pierce County and all of its cities trust our office, the Pierce County Auditor's Office, to provide essential government services and the transparency and accuracy that we have. We've got a great community.
We do.
We did not see disruption, threats of violence, or any craziness in the last few election cycles. Even at its peak, even at the peak of nonsense in 2020, citizens behaved well and participated in large numbers, and both political parties followed the rules.
Yeah. You have always been very active in the community. You volunteer your time for organizations which help people and low-income residents build a financial security through education as well as employment and, of course, sound financial counseling. Why are those areas important to you?
Oh, I have to narrow down my scope of interest because there's so much that needs to be done and can be done. And I decided quite a while ago to focus my interest on bridging the gap. So helping people bridge that ever-widening wage gap and income gap through education and through financial planning. So that's why I volunteer with great organizations like Sound Outreach, and have also volunteered my time for Palmer Scholars. So any organization, and I really hope to get more involved with community colleges as well. All of those organizations help bridge the gap and get people to be higher wage earners and advance their careers and really put them in the driver's seat. So I like organizations that respect the individual and respect families. They know best, and they everything needs to be individually tailored for what their dreams are and what their capacity is. There's so much work to be done.
Oh, I love that you said that. Your LinkedIn profile says,
So that's where you're getting all this
here we
stuff.
go, ready? Well, you unravel gnarly problems and turn them into actionable opportunities.
Yeah.
Last question for you, my dear. What's next for Julie Anderson?
I do not know. I have been so busy in the last year. Some of you may know that I ran for Secretary of State and have been winding things up at the Pierce County Auditor's office that I really didn't take the time to break out that old workbook from college. What color is your parachute?
Oh
Did
my
anybody-
gosh, I remember that, yes!
I did not crack that open, so I don't know what's next for me, but I'm staying in community, and I will say that you will not see me on a ballot.
Okay.
Breaking news, you heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
Yeah.
There's going to be no Julie Anderson on a ballot
No.
for how long? Ever again?
Well, never say never, but
Right.
I can't see me doing that. There's so much other work to do as an advocate, as a community volunteer, and whatever my next job is. But I'll always be engaged. So
I love
thank you. And thank you for all of the work that TV Tacoma has done to help us spread good information and especially celebrating citizens.
Yes.
Fred and I were just talking about the City of Destiny Awards
love those
and how
awards.
magical that was. The citizens in Tacoma and Pierce County are absolutely the best. They're the solution. They're the workhorses. They are the people that really ignite good policy and make it happen. So thank you for shining a light on them and the organizations too.
Well, and thank you, because you are the example that we all measure ourselves by. So your transparency and your honesty and your intelligence have always been basically the North Compass for us. So Julie, thank you for being who you are at home is the same person you are at work. Much love to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. When we come back, some trains are going to be here, at least talking about them with the Washington State History Museum. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.